Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs and pokeokes. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy. You may call it the phone, but when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I take my keys to go home. Then say I was done. While rush to end it all, it feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all. Can think of a thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun? Or sold my soul for the tongue? Or dead since I was young? Or got some voodoo done?
Namaste, namastizzle, peace and blessings. Shalom. Greetings. What's up? How is everybody doing today? Because of unforeseen circumstances yesterday, I didn't do it live yesterday. What's up, Brother Moore? Yeah, because I'm not doing it tomorrow. And yesterday I had technical difficulties pretty much all freaking day. You know, I hate retrograde in the fact that, the shadow phase, which is the first 3 days, the shadow phase is worse than the actual retrograde. It's the shadow phase and the ending shadow phase. That's the worst part of Mercury retrograde. And that's the part that affects electronics and stuff. So just chopped it up to me prepping for the holiday. Nah. Not me. The wife is the chef. So the only thing I do is just help her cook, and I assume everybody else is preparing for the holidays. So I decided to take a chance and do it today. You know what I mean? Mercury just started doing the fool on Monday. Yeah, had an email outage at work. Right. So that's when it started. It started that day. So, man, it does a number on electronics. So I'm like, what the hell? I couldn't win for losing yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody, whatever you plan to do, however you plan to celebrate the harvest, because Thanksgiving actually does have an origin story besides them giving you that pilgrim story. You know what I mean? If you were a woke person or a hotepper, then they would say that you would be celebrating the murder of Indians. I mean, it's just not true. It's not true. Every holiday of the year has a pagan origin. It's something we used to celebrate. They've turned it into other things and they've commercialized it all. But man, do your thing. You know what I mean? See your people, get something to eat, however you want to celebrate. I'm a big fan these days of letting people be, letting people do what they want to do, because that's what they're going to do anyway. You know what I mean? No matter what I say here on this channel, it doesn't matter. People are going to live their lives. So you only speak to your tribe. I should say me. I can only speak to my tribe. You know what I mean? Everybody's not going to agree with my messages, and that's fine. Seek out who resonates with you. You know what I mean? Some people don't like my delivery. Some people don't like the way I speak. Some people don't like my bluntness. That's all fine. You know what I mean? I am not for the sensitive or the weak of heart. I never have been. So as always, my message is always use discernment, though. You know what I'm saying? We make our own energy. It's the energy of the day. Right. Do whatever makes you happy, man. I am so at that point in my life right now. You know what I mean? I've tried for years. I really literally have tried for years to try and bring people over to a certain consciousness. It's not my job. It's not really literally not my job. It's not my job to get a large following, or try and be rich and famous off doing this. That's not my job. My job is to actually pass on messages that I've learned, and whoever resonates with it resonates with it. See what I'm saying? Peace, Chikezi. What's going on, my brother? How y'all doing? Or how you doing? What's up, Gotti? I just seen you yesterday on another live. What's up? You be busy. You be traveling in circles. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But like I said, not everybody is for everybody. And I understand that. I truly understand that. Another thing I wanted to say is, there's some people who base their opinions on surface level things, and that's, in my opinion, that is a mistake. You see what I'm saying? Basing an opinion on a title of an article. One time I sent someone an article and I wanted them to check out. They said, based on the title and the subject matter, they gave an opinion based off that. They didn't actually read the article. Same with another person who we both thought a trailer for a movie was interesting. And he said, I don't have to see the movie. I can tell you what the movie's about based on the trailer. I said, oh, really? Okay. Well, what is it about then? Then he gave the surface level of what he saw in that trailer. So what did I do? My Virgo ass watched the movie. I said, you missed so much. You missed a whole lot just basing it off that trailer. And I noticed this is a trend amongst, I don't want to say our people, but this is a trend amongst our people. We tend to give an opinion based on things that we see on surface level instead of actually doing the research. See what I'm saying? That makes sense. I'm always studying, man. Word to the wise. Exact. I'm a forever student. I don't know everything. I never claimed to be that. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you can get your knowledge and it resonates, go to it. What's up? Source West, what's up with you? Has it gotten cold there in New York? I did see your video, your latest video, Source Witch. Glad to see you always. Glad to see that you in the house, you in the building. Yeah. So there's levels to this shit. It really is. I can't stress that enough, y'all. You know what I mean? I can't stress it enough that you're not going to get stuff by just scratching the surface. You're not going to get it. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people think they're woke right now and their eyes are opened. And I mean, we got a lot of studying to do. We got a whole lot of work to do. Sometimes it's cold. Okay. Sometimes. Today is a kind of cloudy day. It is overcast. I can see the sun a little bit, but the weather's definitely been trying to break here in Texas. Been tapping, growing my own mushrooms lately. It's been lit, staying away from the fuckery. The fuckery it's at levels I've never seen it before, but that's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? What kind of mushrooms are you growing? Are you growing the psilocybin mushrooms or amanita? Which kind of mushrooms? It's definitely an auspicious time to put the work in with your best foot forward. Yes, exactly. But if I didn't see a pattern in that, I wouldn't speak on it. You know what I mean? But that's just you're not doing yourself any favors. Just basing your opinion on the smallest details, like on the surface level, or a 2-minute trailer of a movie. You actually know what the movie's about. This person, like I was telling you, I was way off. After I watched the whole movie, they was way off. I said, I told him, I said, you way off about that movie. You mean to see? He insisted that what he could do was actually just watch the trailers. And from those trailers, he could just break down a movie. And I'm like, you fucking wrong. You know, every time he did that, I would go and watch the entire movie. I said, it ain't about that at all. But anyway, yes, I'm starting mushrooms too. Bought some last weekend. What kind of mushrooms? Are y'all doing psilocybin or? Don't miss out on your own opportunity of transformation. Some forget it's always a self journey. That is a good point, Gotti. Very good point. You know, transformation, and this is why I always suggest the Black Superheroes series. If you can find it somewhere, I'm trying to make it available on my Patreon. You know, I wish that brother. He said, I spoke to him recently. He said that the book is still coming. So, but I don't know where else you could find all 13 parts of Black Superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Psychedelics. Oh, okay. And some cut themselves off from learning by not being teachable. Right. There's another thing. That's another good point. People, just like I said, I don't care that I'm going on my 28th year in the occult. I have no qualms about how experienced I am. And it's not me bragging. I still say I got a lot to learn. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. I don't never claim to know everything. But I've been through a lot, and it's a journey. It has been a long, arduous journey. You know, so a lot of people are remaining not teachable. They reach a certain level, and I even knew some fool who, we're not friends anymore, by the way. I knew a fool who decided he was going to give away all of his altar items. And I was like, why? I can do things with my mind now. Door pause. Matter of fact, Thanksgiving door pause. I ain't selling my altar items. You know, that's just stupid. You saw Black Hulk recently? Yeah, on YouTube? Okay. It was a vintage comic, I suppose. It was rare. Black Hulk was a businessman turned gangster like Bumpy Johnson, but superhero. Okay. His altar, exactly. I would never sell my altar. Why would you do that? That's the stupid. I think that's when I unfriended him. I was like, you know what? I ain't got time for this nonsense. All right. I don't doubt that people reach a certain level, but to say that I can do everything with my mind now is just a lazy excuse. You see what I'm saying? If you could do everything with your mind, wouldn't you be rich? Wouldn't you get us out of there's so much you can do if everything's done with you. People take that one way and run with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm funny. I try to be. I don't see myself selling nano. I wouldn't sell my ritual items. I wouldn't sell my wand, my chalice. I have several of them. I wouldn't sell any of my crystals. I wouldn't sell my robe. I wouldn't do nothing that I have personalized using magically would I give away to someone. For one thing, people can attack you that way. People can cause you harm that way. You have an astral imprint on everything you touch. You see what I'm saying? People out here just saying stupid shit, yo. Yeah, it's crazy. Yo, what's up, Brent Booker? What's going on, my brother? I've heard Azazel getting rid of possessions due to obsessions, and that's the only understanding I can agree with on that level. I've never heard that one. Never heard that one. What's up, Brent Booker? Stuff like my wand, staffs, crystals, and mushroom I would keep for family. I'm not giving nothing personal away. I just don't trust people that way. You know, people are getting worse since the last 5 years, and y'all know why. So why would I do that? You know, I have my blood on my altar, so I would never give it away. Right. Right. I would imagine you wouldn't give your blood away. You know what I mean? So speaking of black superheroes, this part I want to share with y'all. Um, just pay attention. Let's jump into it. This is an excellent series. This is an excellent series that I highly recommend, you know. But good luck finding it. Until I make it available, I don't know where else you're gonna find it. You know. Hmm. Notice all these blue beings. What's the real point, y'all? Unity. UNITY. Transformation, as Gotti had said earlier. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. He closed out brilliantly with the unity. I mean, we've always been unified. We've never had, a time where we didn't talk about being together. Peace to everyone who just came in the room. Damon, Guru Wiz, Cosmic Karma. I keep almost saying Cosmic Chaos. But unified, particularly not Transformers, but Voltron. If y'all remember that cartoon, gratitude, Cosmic Karma. All right, got another clip to show y'all, but I think first let us see, because I think I've shown y'all quite a few of those clips by now from Black superheroes. Um, right around there. Y'all all right? Everybody getting ready for tomorrow? Cosmic Chaos is always who I am. Okay. All right. Duly noted. Cosmic Chaos. What's up, Sister Righteous? How you doing? Another issue, not issue, but another thing that I'm noticing is use discernment also if you decide to fuck with magic. And the reason I say that is because there's a lot of mental illness within our community. You know what I mean? And I'm no gatekeeper. I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody what they should or should not do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to say this in the best way that I can. If you know that you have a mental illness, I suggest, just a suggestion, I suggest working on that mental illness. It's actually running rampant in our community. And there's a reason that the ancients in ancient texts warned of practicing magic mixed with mental illness. You know what I mean? You can take it or leave it. Most grimoires, most of them ancient ones, had a warning in the front of the text. It says, if you are mentally unstable, beware. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. When you practice magic, you're invoking, you have possible invocation of external forces. You know what I mean? I, as a practitioner, have had many experiences that have fucked my mind up, that have scared me. You know what I mean? Having me thinking about quitting. So imagine someone who's not mentally stable going through that. Some of these spirits are thousands upon thousands of years old. They are chthonic. You know what I'm saying? This planet has been here for billions of years, right? Some of those entities are that old. That's ancient forces that you would be calling into yourself or calling into your ritual space. This is why the warnings happen. You know what I mean? Every person I know, I'm not exaggerating, every person I know that has had some kind of mental illness has gotten worse with practicing magic. Like I said, I am not a gatekeeper, you know, just a suggestion. That's it. I know of people who have gone insane completely. Some people who think everybody is after them or trying to hex them or trying to kill them. You know what I mean? You take it for what it's worth. You know what I mean? But just remember what I said. You know, ancient texts warn about that. There was a reason for that. Um, you have to use discernment as far as who you learn from, to include myself. Chilling. Okay. Your family's Jehovah Witnesses. You know what? I don't think I ever knew that. I did never knew that. That's funny. I have a girl as well. She did not tell me she was bipolar. She ended up almost going crazy because she got scared. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any kind of mental ailments, and I have had experiences that have scared the shit out of me. You know, I have been attacked by covens. You know, there's a lot that happens in this practicing this art. Okay. That's why I say it only makes sense if you think about it, that you can call forces that's way older than your ass. The energy is heavy. You know what I mean? It's like in voodoo. Let's take Haitian voodoo, for example. Some of the Loa are not your friends. Some of the Loa are hot. That's how they describe them. Some Loa are hot, some are cold. Okay. You have to be careful. You have to go in with respect. So I want to say on that one. You know what I mean? I was in the world like that. It get real. Right. It does get it. The shit gets real. You know, that's why I say look beyond the surface of what you are actually calling. All right. And just like I tell my students, always have a foundation first before you call anything. I had to talk to a dead dude and I had to make sure my heart was light like a feather. I want to hear about that one later. I truly want to hear about that one. Psychosis is what they've been calling it, but I went through it and I had to heal myself from it based on going through shit I didn't know I was going through. It was attacks coming from left and right. And there you have it. There you have it. There is perfect example. In the midst of awakening, I was going through it. And you know, people think that healing and shadow work is all light and fluffy and butterflies and rainbows and sunny sky. It ain't that. You know, that shit gets real. It does. And it's hard and it can be overpowering. One more time, I'm nobody's gatekeeper. And some of these forces are tricksters. This happened to me when I called one of the Goetia. Papa Legba is a notorious trickster. So is Loki. You know what I mean? And Alehua, and Exu. There are a lot of trickster deities. Understand that's a certain dimension that them people are locked into. Indeed. What do you feel is the most hardest planetary Olympic spirit besides Saturn? The hardest planetary Olympic spirit? Maybe Jupiter. What's Jupiter's name? Jupiter Olympic spirit. It might be Jupiter because it's the biggest planet. So it'd probably be Jupiter. But Saturn, there's definitely stuff to learn from the planetary spirits. Um, Funny story about when, not to be graphic about this, but when I worked with the Venus, I think her name is Hagith. When I worked with the Venus planetary spirit, I don't know why I remember this years later, but uh, it was real sexual. I had a real sexual experience, where I woke up like, what the hell? And I had to look, and my wife was sitting next to me, sleep, but it was a real intense sexual dream that I had. Let's just call it a dream. You would love to share? Share. Bethor. Okay, yeah. Bethor could be another one. What's up, Legacy Sigma? I agree. I've had some experiences with Jupiter. Thanks for the confirmation. Those planetary spirits, that energy is really heavy. So be careful, use discernment. This is the reason for meditation and for grounding. You know what I'm saying? Just know who you mess with. Know the attributes of the spirits that you're messing with. That's all I'm saying. You have a trick. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Leg but show be finessing. Yes. Everybody has some sort of trickster energy, though, from how I see it. Okay. Sharing intensity. Is there two aspects of Legba, like the night, which represents the night life, and the daytime? Legba is like a wise uncle. It's like a wise, I'd say, drunk uncle. Just always constantly teach you stuff through lessons. Like Elehua is more of a childlike deity, but he's also a trickster spirit, also a crossroads deity. His is more, I wouldn't even say playful, it's more malevolent. You know what I'm saying? The light side of Legba is Papa Legba. The dark side is called Met Kalfu. You know what I mean? Met, M-E-T, space Kalfou, Met Kalfu. To answer that question. Like Legba done like that trickster spirit shit, because I've inquired about that. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense about Jupiter. Jupiter's expansion, its abundance, it's the biggest planet, like how people refer to him in his ways. He's helpful and he can do anything. Papa Legba can do anything, right? Just be very specific, very, very specific about what you ask him for. Peace, my brother, Caribbean Grimoire. What's up? Last video, I asked you about books for invocations. I meant incantations. Legba during the day, met Kafu at night. Exactly. I've been reading the Voodoo Gnostic workbook and had an inclination to get some Lemurian quartz. Again, that's the perfect example of an advanced book that you should be careful, because the energy of that book alone is powerful. Those are Atlantean spirits. They're old. And I don't mean old like in age. I mean, I do mean in age, but I also mean in power. You know what I mean? And power and intensity. Chthonic. You know what I mean? The first, I suggest, if you're going to work with the Voodoo Gnostic workbook, that you work with the first 10 lessons first. Okay? Legba runs in a lot of niggas' bloodlines. Indeed, he does. Legba is like a drunk uncle or Master Roshi. I consider him and the Baron more the same, but the Baron is a wise line stepper. The Baron is crude. He is foul-mouthed, and he likes to drink, likes to have sex, tell dirty jokes. Well, again, any of these energies that these spirits have, you should be looking into before you work with them. And that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying discernment. We all know a grandfather or uncle or father figure that carries that energy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Uncles, absolutely. Yes. All right. So the next clip that I want to share with y'all is this one. Come through, Bobby Hemmett.
That third day. So, you
present it. Huh? It didn't come up.
And 678-358-1055, and you could at least we used to sell the whole pack, the 3-day event. You could either get the 3-day or you could get the 3rd day. But I would suggest get the 3-day because we went to the British Museum. And when we went to the British Museum, we went in the East Indian section. And it covers an entire East India and Tibet. Covers an entire wing. And by the time we got to the end of the wing, all of the Lakshmis, the Vishnus, turned into Africa. And they had them facing the other way. So the Lakshmi lips got bigger, the Vishnu, the Shivas, they had a big old Shiva with a big afro look like Angela Davis. You see? So it showed, because that's showing that Kushite origin in this Kush. As a matter of fact, we now know that the original Aryans was a black race. Europeans didn't start calling themselves Aryan until 1931.
You hear that?
That came out of the Thule Society, which Adolf Hitler and them was a part of. He joined that, and was one guy wrote a book, and he used the Tibetan people, which was the one they were calling Aryans. And he used those particular people to say that this is the origin of the white race. You see what I'm saying? So that's a new concept. It only came out in the 1930s. You see what I'm saying? In the 1930s. You know how they always redoing history. Somebody said they was going to make Duke Ellington white. Yeah, and they can do that. Because the South Africans right now, listen, now there won't be no such, there will be these white Afrikaners. You see what I'm saying? It was always on the land. You see, so they can do those type of things. If Hannibal ends up white, you see what I'm saying? And everybody else, Cleopatra, Hypatia, which was a movie out by Hypatia. You know, Hypatia was one of the last strongholds of Kemet that was dealing with the mystery systems. And the Christians killed her, stabbed, they cut out her eyes, they really did a job on her, killing her. You see, because Christianity started coming in. There's a movie called Agora. It's out now on Hypatia. So not actually, it's gonna be it's the girl. What they did? It's the girl Rachel Weisz, the one they played in The Mummies. It's her. So they did give her dark hair and all this kind of thing. We play the Hollywood game because we know that's how movies get done. So don't worry about trying to be identified. At least the story is out. It's called Agora. And it came out, it's on DVD now. It's on DVD. It's on bootleg.
So what Bobby's saying there is that don't you know, they pretty much, it's an old story. You should know this by now. That I mean, everything that identifies as us, as in, you know, throughout history, they've taken and they reshaped it and rebranded and resold it, you know. So don't worry about, you know, research and discernment. Most of these things are about y'all, okay? Whether people in here want to like it or not, or acknowledge it or not. You know what I mean? That's his nature indeed. I love to play. Me too. You know, like I said at the beginning of this live, you know, I know I don't resonate with people because of my bluntness and the memes that I post, and that's quite all right. You know what I'm saying? So I like to play. I like to laugh. I'm goofy as shit. You know, everything's funny to me. I don't take myself seriously like that. I don't take anything seriously that anyone says to me. But I believe having that childlike nature keeps me going, keeps my life force young. You know, I did a live here maybe 2 years ago that said, keep that childlike state. I'm sure y'all have heard this before. You know what I mean? Laugh, right? Laugh. I remember listening to a Sivan Bomer video. He mentioned the harshness of the older spirits because of language barriers, ritual practices, and tradition is important. Exactly. You know, if y'all remember, I said I had just finished rewatching True Blood for like the 4th or 5th time, and the older vampires were the more powerful. You know, their bloodlines were more powerful. Even that's about y'all. Even that, the vampires. You know what I mean? Um, and so the older the spirits, the older the spirits, the more powerful they are, the more energy you're drawing in if you call them. Hello, Jackie Davis. Good to see you. Some spirits are extroverts and some are introverts. Know this before calling them. Some can be only called at night, some only daytime. Know this beforehand. I probably was in the audience. I went to almost all of his Brooklyn lectures. Oh, Bobby, yeah. You also went to Azazel Base, right? Like I noticed there's an uptick of calling on Lilith lately. You know what I mean? Goddesses of the night. You know, those spirits are real old. Spirits like Lilith, Hecate. You know what I'm saying? Especially, not especially, but like in this book, but I always suggest Michael Ford books. I use certain books or grimoires as reference points. You know what I mean? I don't use everything the same way. You know, in Hecate in the Black Arts, his Liber Necromantia, his research is impeccable. I give him that. You know what I mean? I was a part of his Luciferian order for about a year. Where he says here, I think, yeah. Hecate represents many paths into a sacred sexuality, which offer the adept a deep communion within the hidden secret progenial currents and through the voyage. The adept initiates a mysterious exploration through the infernal tunnels in which the hidden flame of initiation touches his or her soul and burn it, transforming it, living knowledge and experience used by the adept in diverse works of self-transcendence. Kate is very skilled in the art of necromancy and divination. She guides us through the art of dreaming and visions, which help the adept to transcend to astral temples and open gateways to the connection with diverse elements as intuition, premonition, and to understand properly the underworld realms and mysteries of life through the process of death and rebirth as an eternal cycle of magical wisdom. In the deep ocean of wisdom, where the void itself transforms the soul of the adept and embrace it with its infinite darkness in the crown witch blood of his primal lineage. Okay. When we develop a proper magical work with the infernal mask of Hecate, we transform ourselves in sacred atavisms and we invoke its spirit through the shadows of the night, and we could feel how the triple moon shines and open a crossroads for perfect communion, bringing forth primal desires via the subconscious. It is up to the individual to build a great amount of strength, understanding to manage such energies properly. One more time. It is up to the individual to build a great amount of strength, understanding to manage such energies properly. She's a powerful symbol of the night, magical power, sorcery, and witchcraft. Its essence is the feminine energy and individual focus. Hecate is also considered a goddess of death and blood and can be invoked with various methods of sexual gnosis and blood magic. The adepts whose magical works into Hecate's fountain of power will recognize the mystery itself and discover their own individual paths of power. Okay, so it goes right into what I was saying. You know, it is discernment. That's all I can continue to say is discernment. Just know what you're working with. That's it. That's all. I'm not saying, no, you better not do that. These motherfuckers will kill you. Because that was said to me when I was first going into this journey. Oh, you better not fuck with Ishu. Ishu will fuck you up. I'm like, fuck Ishu. Shit. But anyway, what they were trying to say to me was the energies is intense, is strong. You may not be able to, may not be ready for it. That's what they were actually saying. Not that this energy is trying to hurt you or harm you or even fucking kill you. That's not what they're saying. Okay. Magic has always had the ability to affect the mind. Like I said, some people think that everybody's trying to hex them, you know, or some people will get obsessed with sex. It has all kinds of effects on the mind, y'all. All kinds of effects. Okay. So just do your research. That's all I'm saying. I guess I keep saying that because I don't want people to think I'm some kind of gatekeeper or trying to say that you shouldn't do anything. I'm not saying that. Do what the fuck you want to do. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying be careful. That's it. I know you like to laugh. That's great. Yes, I agree. Childlike energy keep your magic. Absolutely. You always should have the imagination. That's something we lose once we start growing up. You know, before the world is ahead of you, you have such a great imagination. You lose it as you get older, as you gain experiences. You see what I'm saying? You lose that childlike energy. Keep it. Childlike nature keeps the vibration high. Exactly what I said earlier. Yes. Hence why I still watch anime and try to get some games in when I can. Oh boy, that Hekate book. Any book by Michael Ford, like I said, I don't do his rituals anymore. And I really never did them. You know, his is more for research purposes. His information, his research is impeccable. I give him that much. But as far as his rituals, not my thing, you know. I'm saying he does rituals with snakes and shit like that. I've seen rituals that he's posted on YouTube. It's just not my thing. I do my own shit. I was just watching Vampire. What's up, King Leo? In Brooklyn, breaking it down. Metaphysic. Eddie Murphy character sent something in the movie that stuck out to me. Humans fear what they don't understand. That is an excellent movie. You know, I think it's one of his least popular movies, but it's a great metaphysical movie. It really is. I wish I had hung out with Azazel, man. He was one of the only ones into Dream Realm. He was one of the only ones talking about vampire magic, dream magic, talking about aliens and galactic knowledge. He was also the only person, I still have yet to find another person who said that the war between man and woman was because we are natural enemies. He said this, and I've been trying to verify it. When I asked him about it, he told me to look at the movie Predator versus Alien, or Alien versus Predator. You know, he said, women have a queen, men don't, natural predators. He said this started in the star system Orion. He put it in his comic book. You know what I mean? I wish he was still here. Y'all see how much I talk about him. So, you know, that's funny. The ones with mental issues think everyone trying to do magic on them, all in their head. Exactly. I'm still seeing it. I still see it. You know what I'm saying? Again, and for the last time, I'm going to say this. There's a reason the ancient texts warned. They put disclaimers in the beginning of the books. You know, if you decide to do anything in this book, we have no responsibility for you. They say that all the time. Look at any of the ancient books. They say that. That Lilith energy definitely is serious. Yes, it is. It really is. The spirits live through us. I was hexed by so many people. It's insane. A reader I went to told me to fire back on my neighbors at the time because their magic finally took root. I didn't take heed to her advice. Shortly afterwards, I was in a bad car accident and I ended up losing my home. I had to live in a shelter for a month with my child. My baby father went crazy. I am very sorry to hear that. Indeed. I'm sorry to hear that. I often say that a magic attack is so worse than a physical one. You can recover from bodily injuries, but magical attacks, they bad. They really are, because they affect every part of you: spiritual, mentally, physically, emotionally. It affects your subconscious. It affects the people around you, especially if you don't recognize a magical attack. See what I'm saying? So, but the only thing that I can say about that is fire back. In order to heal, that's what a lot of people, light workers, teach, is healing and light work and stuff like that. But in order to heal, you also need to learn how to hex also. I'm all about balance. I'm all about yin and yang, negative and positive, male and female balance. Yes, we worship the divine feminine, but yes, we also worship the divine masculine. We're both. Okay? We're both. We've always been about both. You know what I mean? The Goetia with Aleister Crowley gave warning in the front of the book too. Right, it does. Matter of fact, can we look at that? Can we see that real fast? Let's see. Let's go into Goetia. Yep, I opened it up. There's another one that I know of, Basil Crouch's books, Secrets of the Black Temple. I teach this, I provide this book in my Black Magic class, which is in Magic 401. There's a warning right on the front cover. You know what I mean? There's a warning right in the front cover. They start off with warnings, Check this out. Let's look at this book together. All right. Y'all with me? Y'all all right? This is Aleister Crowley's sexual evocation, illustrated sexual evocation. You know what I'm saying? Here, look at this: the nature of evil, the danger of high magic. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see clinical psychology in Goetia evocation. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading pretty fast. Look what it says here. Goetic evocation can be very disappointing, sometimes even horrifying, but it can never be boring. All right, so equally important, we have provided a technique for the sexual working of the Goetia spirits. This is a very powerful and sensual method. I have no doubt that some readers will be terrified and horrified at the potential power these techniques will release. We feel, however, that if you desire to practice magic, you should practice it to its fullest. Safeguards have been provided, and the real dangers lie more in the mind than in the use of the methods. Okay. The book says some Goetia must only be called at night, some only by day. And from my experience, it's true. Well, I ain't gonna touch that one. To be quite honest, I ain't gonna touch that one. The reader I went to said, please don't keep letting them slide with this. Shango is around you. He's trying to help you, and you need to give him offerings and fire back. The number one rule of the universe is self-preservation. Notice that if you touch a pregnant woman's belly, how the fetus recoils from you. Excuse me. It's protecting itself. Okay. You have every single right to protect yourself from physical harm. Every right. It's a universal law. You're very welcome. I hope everything worked out for you. I really do. And some things, dark side, mean you act evil 24/7. Right. The reader also said they were jealous of me and destiny swamped my life. I mean, people throw magic carelessly these days, and because of jealousy and envy, isn't that one of the 7 deadly sins? You know, Brother Magic, have you ever read this book, The Ancient Secret of the Flower Life by Trunvalu Melchizedek? Just by the title of that, I can tell you that's an emphatic no. I've never heard of that one. But since you suggested, I will go and research it. The other book is, like I said, Secrets of the Black Temple. Let's see if I can find it real fast. I want to find it because I think it's honestly think it's relevant to our discussion here. Black magic. Yep, found it. Trying to remember what's the name of. I found it. Come. All right. Right when you open it up, this book is one of my favorites, honestly, by Basil Crouch. It's called Secrets of the Black Temple. You know what I mean? This is the very first page. This book can be dangerous. Persons in ill health or suffering any mental illness should not have access to this book. Be warned, this is not a fiction book. It can lead you into dark waters if the instructions are not followed. I cannot be held responsible for any damage or ill health through reading this book. You alone are responsible for your actions. Y'all see that? Oh, crap. I never presented it. My bad. I thought it came up, but now y'all see that? I highlighted it. See what that says there? It says, if you need me to say it again, book can be dangerous. Persons in ill health or suffering any mental illness should not have access to this book. This is not a fiction book. It can lead you into dark waters if the instructions are not followed. I cannot be held responsible for any damage or ill health through reading this book. You alone are responsible for your actions. All right. Look at this. Evoking the spirit of Moana. All right, enough of that. Can't show you that whole book. Yes. A lot of that goes in the ATR, and this is why I rock solo. This is why I am so solo. There's so much jealousy and envy and people just doing irresponsible shit to each other for no reason at all, or for simple reasons. Not a problem. And people need to realize jealousy is the name of a demon. Interesting. I'm just finding that out because it was shocking to me at first. All right, so I got a couple more minutes. So since we have a couple more minutes, I might as well show one more. Okay, one more, and then I want y'all to go and have a great holiday. You know, not leaving just yet. This is part 6. Okay, part 6. Transformation is a big part of this series here. Spiritual transformation. We are always supposed to be evolving. Always. This is what the superheroes teach us. Unity. U-N-I-T-Y. Don't forget A Man Called Hawk. There's that blue again. Newt symbolism. Ancient Kemet. A brilliant series by brother Lodestar. As I told you, I let him know I'll be showing these to y'all. I'm not going to show all of them for obvious reasons, but it's so important to show these 13, what do you call them, clips, these 13 videos on breaking down these superheroes. You know what I mean? Then Wicked just came out, The Woman's Green. I thought that was interesting. I'll talk about that some other time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm noticing people are getting all their information from TikTok and from videos. Um, I've said this before, reading is so important. Even Francis Cress Welsing said everything is in books. You know what I mean? If the internet was to go down, say we went into another ice age, God forbid, but say all technology is wiped out, no electricity or anything like that, how would you restart civilization? Everything, all the information would be in books, all of it. You know what I mean? It's just important, But anyway, people, this is just me, and this is just suggestions. I'm just giving out suggestions, you know what I mean? But do your homework, do your research, use discernment. I can't show parts of that book because there's some nude parts to that book, Secrets of the Black Temple by Basil Crouch. I have a lot of dark books that would be considered dark and that would affect the subconscious mind. So, again, mental illness is running rampant in our community. Very few people actually want to talk about it, but just be careful. But some don't know how to read. You're right. Okay. I always appreciate your books. You're already liking the series. I'm really trying to make all the parts available on my Patreon. Other than that, other than contacting Brother Lodestar, I don't know how you would get it. You know what I mean? Evolved on all levels. Exactly. Destiny swapping. Okay. Maybe we can talk about it next week. But it is that time. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy your holiday. If you celebrate, if you don't celebrate, or whatever the hell you decide to do, just do your best at it. And I will see y'all next week. That's all I got for today. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate your attendance. I restarted watching Oz myself and enjoying it all over again. HBO came out with some great shows, so enjoy the day, enjoy the tomorrow and the weekend. I will see y'all next time. I'm the one and only, the incredible and the diabolical Magick LaCroix. See y'all next time. Namaste. You're absolutely welcome, Jackie Davis. Peace, y'all.